Initial assessment video. The following interview is of a man who is in a car accident, leaving him physically disabled, needing to utilize a wheelchair for mobility. As a result, my client may have developed depression and seems rather unmotivated. He has been residing in a rehabilitation hospital while he recuperates from his injuries and tries to learn what he needs to do in order to remain independent in his own home. While the social worker associated with the rehabilitation center has been attempting to get the patient to learn how to become independent in all aspects, she has become increasingly frustrated with the fact that she does not feel the patient has motivated enough. The patient has successfully rehabbing physically and is strong enough to leave the rehab hospital, but recently has not been following through with the various steps required to live independently on his own. If he does not perform these steps, he will be relocated to a nursing home facility. The rehab facility referring this case to me in hopes that I would be able to help the client understand his situation and help him to formulate a plan that will help him successfully transition back to his own home. I will be attempting to utilize a motivational interviewing framework while showing attending skills to help facilitate joining empathetically. In addition, I will be relying heavily on a collaborative relationship in order to help the client realize he is heavily involved in his own transition and that he himself will actually be making the decisions as well as actually doing the work required to help him resolve this problem. So, Mr. Riley, what brings you here to see me today?
Well, a couple months ago I had a car accident. I've been in the hospital, and then they moved me to a rehab center so that I can hopefully get better. Unfortunately, I have to use a wheelchair from now on, and they say that my therapy is good enough that I can be released, but under certain circumstances, I guess. And they told me that I needed to do more work than apparently I'm doing. So I looked into some things that I might have to do, and it seems very overwhelming. So I thought I'd come see somebody who maybe can, help me figure out what to do.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to help you. Do you have an idea of where you would like to see yourself?
Where I would like to see myself, like
what is your goal?
A couple of years or something?
Well, yes, in a couple of years as well. But also, what is your goal for going home? For transitioning home? Do you have a plan in place yet?
Well, no, but I kind of thought I probably need to make my house, accessible or something. Put a ramp up and stuff like that. But I don't know what I got to do with that. And they also told me that I would need somebody to come into the house to help me with like bathing and housework and stuff like that because, I'm single. And so I guess that would be my immediate goals. I eventually want to get back to work, but I'm not going to be able to do the work I used to because I was in construction. But so I don't know for sure. It's just a lot to do.
Okay. And we can work together, but I think you've got some really good goals, and you've got, an idea of what you need immediately for you to be able to transition home. You're going to need, as you said, the personal care services, and you're going to need to make your home accessible as some of the first steps.
Yeah. Now, I don't have any idea how to do that. But.
Okay. And that's where I'm going to be able to help you, and I'll be happy to do so. I can work with you, and I can make suggestions to you on how to get your home accessible and what programs to use. But our program's all about making sure that you are able to do it and give you the tools for you to be able to do it independently. Okay. Do you have someone in mind that might be able to help you as far as with your personal care, getting you, if we were able to get you attending care services? Do you have someone that you've identified or have an idea might help you?
I can hire somebody I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little uncomfortable probably because they got to help me get in the shower. But I have a buddy of mine that I've known for a long while. My family all lives out of town, so and I don't want to ask them to come home and take care of me because I'm in a wheelchair. But I mean, and he'll get paid for this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Does that put your mind a little bit at ease, knowing you might be able to hire someone you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, a little bit. It helps me feel like I can trust the person that I hire. I thought it would just be like a nurse or something coming in.
Well, you can do that. You can choose to have an attendant from an agency, or you can choose to hire someone that you know. And most people who tend to come out of a rehab would prefer to have someone that they know taking care of them.
Yeah, I can understand that. What do I do that before I, get the house set up or?
Well, yes and no. You're definitely going to have to start the process for the home modifications, but unfortunately they take a little bit longer to complete. So
what do I do in the meantime? I mean, because the rehab hospital says they're probably going to let me go in a couple weeks.
So we're going to work with you, and I'm happy to work with you. Tell me a little bit about what areas of your home you think are some of the first ones that need to be tackled to make it more accessible for you.
Well, obviously I think I need a ramp because my front porch has 4 or 5 steps.
Okay.
I have a basement, but I mean, if I can get out the front door, I could probably go around around to the alley. But
okay.
Yeah, I can worry about that later, I guess. Getting into the house, I'd need that. I don't know if the wheelchair will fit in the bathroom.
Okay. Now, I know you had mentioned to me that you used to do construction work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any buddies of yours that are still in construction?
Oh yeah, all of them are that I know of. Yeah.
Do you think you could utilize those resources and reach out to them and ask them if they would be able to build you a wooden ramp until we could get one?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I can get the guys to do it. I'd probably have to ask my old boss if he'd be willing to let him go for a day or so. But
if you do feel comfortable to reach out to them, or?
Oh yeah, I worked with these guys for years.
Okay. If they could get you that, at least until we could get you into the program and get that funding to go through, because that could take up to a year, and I'm sure you want to get home.
Yeah. No, they told me it's only going to be a couple of weeks I got left.
Yeah, and that would be a great, because you've got a lot of skills that, in working in construction. You've got a lot of resources that you know people and you know how it needs to be done.
That's true. Okay. I can do that. I feel I can do that.
And then we can also work with you as far as we can start the process and the paperwork for the attending care services. So your friend or whoever you identify as the helper can start working and being able to get paid for that. And while we're also doing that, whatever other items you find that you need accessible to you, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be your starting point. And you had also mentioned to me one of your long-term goals was to go back to work, but you might need a different vocation now.
Yeah.
Well, you actually have a really good, strong foundation for your previous employment because you used to do construction. There are so many different construction places now that are trying to make things wheelchair accessible and ADA compliant. You might be able to consult with any of these places.
But, I mean, would I have to go to school or something for that?
Did you go to school for construction?
Well, I mean, I did the physical work. I went to like a basic training program to operate some of the larger machinery, but I've been doing construction for a long time.
Okay. What you possibly could do is you could possibly if maybe we could hook you up with OVR, Occupational Vocational Rehabilitation, as a resource. And once you get home, you can start talking to them, and I can give you that contact information, and you can work with them, and they can see what degree or what education you have that could be applied to that area. And if more education is needed, they might be able to help you go back to school if that's something that you're interested in, or a class or whatever you might need, and try to use the experiences that you've had and the work that you've had to put you into a new field or a new thing. Because you're coming with a wealth of knowledge from that construction area.
Okay. I would love to still, try to see if I can work within that area. I know how to build this stuff. I don't know, so much about ADA codes, or whatever, the accessibility is. But I'd love, being at the house by myself or being at the hospital by myself. I'm going nuts with that. So, what do I try to do first?
Well, I think, since the rehab is planning on discharging you, I think that talking to your ex-boss and talking to your friends to see if they can make your home accessible, at least to be able to get into it from the front, because you've worked with construction and all your friends are construction buddies, for them to build
Start with the ramp. Okay.
Start with the ramp. If they can do that for you, that would be a wonderful start. If you're comfortable with that, why don't you work on that? And then I'm going to give you my business card. You call me.
Okay.
And we'll work on the next step. And we'll do this step by step, and we'll do it together. But you've got to be able to do the legwork for us.
Yeah. I do get overwhelmed kind of easily. So, I mean, if I'm meeting with you or calling or something regularly, I feel if I can do a couple of steps at a time, I can probably get through this. So I'm calling the construction folks, or my buddies, and then are we doing paperwork today, or do I need to set up an appointment with you, or?
Well, once you find out whether or not your friends are going to be able to build you that ramp, then if they are, then I will come right back in a day or two, and we can fill out that forms for the attending care. Once we have a plan of action that, yes, you're going to be able to be going home, then we can start the next process.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Great.
And then that way and if you need step-by-steps, I can do step-by-step, or I can tell you things, 10 steps ahead and let you...
And if I don't like something?
You don't like something, you tell me now, and we figure out another plan. It's all about what makes you comfortable. This is your transition. I'm just here to help you.
Okay, we can do that.
We can do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.